Pokemon Evolving Skies just recently released, and in today's video we go over the top 10 most expensive card from Evolving Skies. I hope your favourite card is not on the list, because let me tell you, some of the cards on this list are quite pricey. Yo, what's up guys, Alien ESP here, back from there. I hope you're all doing well. As I said, as you can saw by the title and thumbnail of this video, in today's video we go over the top 10 most expensive card from Evolving Skies. All the prices I talk about in this video are accurate as of making and posting this video, and I got them all off the market price of TCG Player. And let me tell you, when forming this list I was just writing altar after altar after altar, because let me tell you, all of the top 10 are alternative art cards. Can you blame them? They have some of the best artwork around. So without further ado, let's get right into it, baby. So, in at number 10, the cheapest card on this list, but it does feel a bit bad to call this card cheap, we have the alternate art Glaceon V, which set number is 175 out of 203, and its market price on TCG Player as of making and posting this video is $53. You can do the conversion rate based off where you live. An okay price. Now, we do of course expect those altar evolutions and the altar as a whole to be the most expensive upper echelon cards of the set, with them having the most popular artwork, so a lot of collectors want them. A lot of the cards also are playable in a couple decks, with Glaceon V Max looking to be very popular and an interesting deck. And of course, if you want to play the V Max, you do need the V, so I would explain that, and it is difficult to pull at the end of the day. I'm seeing a lot of people maybe pull one altar in a booster box. You know, that is pretty good odds, a lot better than what we saw with Battle Styles and Chilling Reign. We did in fact open a Pokemon Evolving Skies booster box on this channel, and we did manage to pull an Altar Evolution VMAX, which is on that list. Can you be surprised? I think all Altar Evolution VMAXs do make an appearance on this list, and you cannot really blame people with that. And we see most of the Vs make their way on the list, with number 10 being the Altar Glaceon V at $53. In at number 9, we have my actual favourite card from this set, none other than the Altar Espeon V, with its set number being 180 out of 203. That is of course not including Secret Rares. I do believe when including Secret Rares, this set goes to a whopping 237 cards. That is such an insane goal if you're trying to get all of them. We are actually trying to get a mass set on this channel. All cards, you know, all commons, all cards, reverse holds, we're going for everything. Will you guys come along on the journey? I certainly do hope so. But the Altar Espeon V on TCG Play right now, with its market price being $55. Not too high, definitely does not compare the price anyway to the higher tier of this list. And I'd say that is all right cards. You know, the artwork to this card is so unique. Sao did such a good job when drawing this. It was a shame to see the Altar Espeon V Max didn't make its way over to English in this set, but I'm sure one day, fingers crossed, we can get this truly gorgeous card, the VMAX, in English, because that card is honestly fantastic, and I think Pokemon knows so many people want their hands on that card. As well as that, the Alt Art Gen 1 Evolution Vs and VMAX were actually cut out of the set. When we'll see that, I do not know, and in terms of their half arts, we'll get them as tin promos. But that was number 9, the Altar Espeon V at $55, my personal favourite card in the set, and as you guys can imagine, I'm over the moon with my favourite card being on the lower end of the top 10. And in number 8, this one definitely surprised me. I did think this one would be a bit higher. This one is the Alt Art Dragonite V. Its set number is 192 out of 203, and its TCG Player market price is $66. This one honestly surprised me. I know so many people whose chase card is the Alt Art Dragonite V, with him being one of the OG Dragon. I mean, he's the OG Dragon type, because we know Pokemon, for whatever reason, didn't make Charizard a Dragon type. For whatever reason, they chose to do that. And I know so many people are chasing after this card, and I definitely thought it would be one of the higher Alt Art Vs anyway. It's quite difficult for an Alt Art V to compare to an Alt Art V Max, with the pull rates being dramatically different from what I've seen anyway. And I really do like the approach we saw Pokemon take when designing this card. We often do see Dragonite in its artwork being this super strong dragon, you know, destroying all the enemies, which it is, don't get me wrong. But in this artwork, it looks so derpy and cute, just asleep in the sky. It is honestly adorable. And if this card stays as cheap as it is, I'm personally going to pick up plenty of copies of this card. So that was number 8, being the Alt Art Dragonite V at $66. In at number 7, we have a very popular card, and rightfully so. We have the Alt Art Umbreon Umbreon VMAX, card number 189 out of 203, and its TCG market price of making it is $78. What a card. This card is honestly glorious. Umbreon, for whatever reason, a lot of people say it's its favourite evolution, but we all know that Espeon is the best, of course, and this card is honestly so cool. Umbreon there in the street stood up like that, looks so cool, and then it's staring down a Pinsir and a Grimmsnarl with the moon in the background. It honestly looks fantastic, and $78 personally I thought it would be a bit higher, as well as that with Umbreon VMAX looking to be a very popular card, both collectability and playability wise, and we do see Umbreon VMAX getting some representation at the top, don't you guys worry. And of course, as I mentioned with Glaceon, if you want to play the VMAX you need the V, so it makes sense. A lot of people picking up this card, Umbreon VMAX, in all of its forms, from the half art to the top tier card, being the alt art for 1 collectability and 2 playability, and that was number 7, being the alt art Umbreon V at $78. In number 6, we are now seeing the start of the alt art VMAXs, and number 6 we see it starting with the alt art Glaceon VMAX, card number 209 out of 203. In case you guys don't know, I'll quickly let you know before I say the price. Alt art VMAXs are counted as secret rares, but for whatever reason alt art Vs are not. Don't know why Pokemon decided to do that, but that is what they're doing, so I'm just letting you guys know now. And the alt art Glaceon VMAX TCG players market price right now is $79. What a cool card, pun intended, because it's the ice type evolution. I know you're all cringing, but it was a good one, you have to admit. This card is honestly so cool. Seeing Glaceon there featuring all the other Pokemon, for example Pikachu, Pancham I believe makes an appearance for whatever reason, but I still think it is cute, and it is honestly so cool seeing Glaceon freeze the water to allow all these other Pokemon to play on the ice. I really just love the aesthetic and the overall idea of an image to this card, and it's in number 6, the alt art Glaceon VMAX at $79. In at number 5, we actually have a card which I'm over the moon to say we actually pulled on the channel, being the alt art Leafeon VMAX, card number 205 out of 203, and its TCG player market price right now is $82. This card is honestly so cool. I really do love the aesthetic too, and I'm not just saying that because we did pull us. I was saying that from the beginning. Seeing Leafeon there on a farm, big because it is Dynamaxed, of course. Just pushing that hay bale about as if it's a cat with some string. I really do like the overall image to this card, and I really just like the overall gist to it. Leafeon being the grass type evolution, of course. And grass often associated with nature, and seeing it there in the field is honestly really, really cool. And I really do like the idea and the approach to Pokemon take with it. And that's number 5 start for the top 10 most cards from Evolving Skies, being the alt art Leafeon VMAX at $82. And at number 4 now, we really are seeing the expensive price with going over the $100 range. Honestly, the step up between 5 and 4 is kind of incredible. We've seen an even bigger step up from 3 to 2. 2 and 1. The cards themselves probably won't surprise you, but I'm sure their prices will. But let's not skip ahead and let's go back to number 4. In number 4, we have the alt art Sylveon VMAX, card number 212 out of 203, and right now its TCG player market price is $105. This card is honestly so cool and so unique. You guys saw when I made my top 10 personal favorite cards from Evolving Skies, with that list being made off my opinion on the artwork, not the monetary value of the cards. I love this card so much, and so are so many other people with big names in the Pokemon hobby, such as Twice Baked Jake, having this as his chase card from the set. This card is honestly fantastic. Seeing Sylveon there, huge because it is in its Dynamax form, with all the other Pokemon such as Marshadow, Vaporeon, Eevee. We see a tiny Kangaskhan in the back. Just playing on it is so cool. I really just like the overall aesthetic and gist to this card, and the vibe is just on point for me, and it definitely deserves to be in the top 5, with being number 4 of the top 10 most cards from Evolving Skies, the alt art Sylveon VMAX at $105. The top 3 now, the bronze medal of this list is none other than the alt art Rayquaza V, okay? Not the only time I'm going to say alt art Rayquaza, okay? That's his big brother who we're going to say again. The alt art Rayquaza V, set number 194 out of 203, with his current TCG player market price being $108. $108 for an Ultra V is insane. I do expect that with the V Maxes, that's a bit more reasonable, if you even call these prices reasonable, with the Ultra V Maxes being the harder ones to pull. But this card is honestly fantastic. Rayquaza there with its trainer Zinnia is honestly fantastic. In case you guys are confused why there was a random Whismur, at first I was too. I'm like, so you have a legendary dragon, you have the dragon trainer, and then a Whismur, a very basic Pokemon, not a powerful one at all. Well, after doing some researching, I can see that Whismur is actually one of Zinnia's favorite Pokemon to use, and its name within the Pokemon lore is named after one of Zinnia's old partners in crime within the Dragon Den, after he unfortunately did pass away within the Pokemon story. And I think that's such a cool touch. I don't think a lot of people would expect that, and I think Pokemon implementing that Whismur into that card will cause a lot more people, including me, to go research why it was there. And overall, seeing the whole story and lore behind Zinnia and that Dragon Clan tribe thing is honestly so cool. Such a unique story, and I definitely recommend you guys go read after watching this video. And of course, as mentioned, we've got plenty of the Vs in this list, with Rayquaza VMAX being such a playable card. If you want the VMAX, you need the V first, so the Ultra Rayquaza V makes perfect sense, getting the bronze medal being the third most expensive card from Evolving Skies, the Ultra Rayquaza V at $108. Now we're at the top two, and let me tell you, the price jump up between the third most expensive and the second most expensive is crazy. The third most expensive, the Ultra Rayquaza V, was at $108, but the second most expensive card in this set, currently with TCG market price being $216. You guys probably guessed at home, this is none other than the Ultra Umbreon VMAX set number 215 out of 203. This card is honestly sick, with its price being $216. I'm not gonna lie, saying that price also makes me sick. This card is honestly fantastic. Seeing this card makes me over the moon with joy, seeing that we get fantastic artwork with this. We see Umbreon stood on one of the castle spires trying to grab the moon. The artwork is honestly so cool, so unique, and there are rumors of us getting another shiny set within the Sword and Shield era. And let me tell you, if Pokemon decide to do shiny alt-art cards, this has definitely got to be one on the list. Imagine it, right, if the next shiny set, whether it's called Something Fate, probably, if it features alt-art shiny cards, that would probably break the internet, and that would honestly be fantastic. I would love to see so many cards from this set, Evolving Skies, be in their shiny form, not just in their full art and VMAXs, but alt-art shinies. I think would be a huge step up, and I really do think Pokemon are definitely consider it, because they know everyone loves the alt art. I mean, hey, all 10 cards on the 10 most expensive cards from Evolving Skies are alt art. They're honestly fantastic. I think they have the correct pull rate. The chase element definitely is there, and the artwork definitely backs up, because when you pull one, you are definitely satisfied. That is not all for the list. We still have number one, the top tier, creme de la creme of Evolving Skies. You probably guessed it, but do you know the price? In at number one, we have card number 218 out of 203, himself, Alt Art Rayquaza VMAX, in at $250 currently. That is TCG Players market price. What a crazy card. Let me explain why everyone wants it. One, players. This card is looking to be very fun and very playable, especially compared and put with the Fluffy from this set. And of course, collectors want it with Rayquaza being super duper popular. I often refer to the Gen 3 Charizard, because, we all know Charizard Gen 1. People often do call Lugia the Gen 2 Charizard because of its supreme popularity, and a lot of its cards selling for loads, especially PSA 10. And we still with Rayquaza being Gen 3, and a load of Rayquaza's cards sell for loads, whether they be graded or ungraded. The biggest example, of course, being the Rayquaza Gold Star, and we see this card selling for loads. Man, when the first PSA 10 card of this comes back, I do not want to imagine the price is going to be so high, roaring skies high. It is honestly going to be terribly high, but I'm interested to see what people are willing to pay for the first card of this in a PSA 10. But the Ultra Rayquaza VMAX currently is sitting at $250. For me personally, the artwork, I know this is a very unpopular opinion, personally, I don't like the artwork. It's just Rayquaza flying over a couple trees. Everyone's all fussed about it. I don't see it. For me personally, I definitely prefer the Alt Art and Beyond VMAX. Maybe that's because Rayquaza isn't my favourite Pokemon. It's nowhere near it. Yes, it's cool. I would have much preferred it if we saw a shiny Rayquaza because I love it shiny, but I'm sure if those rumours are true about there being another Fate set, Pokemon will know to reprint a shiny Rayquaza VMAX. Because Pokemon knows everyone does love that beautiful and majestic shiny Rayquaza. I do actually believe shiny Rayquaza is the most printed shiny within the TCG because it is honestly fantastic. That black and gold colour scheme is so cool and it fits Rayquaza so cool. You literally have a black and gold flying dragon. What more could you want? But yeah, that is all for me in today's video. That was number 1, the most expensive card from Evolving Skies, being the Alt Art Rayquaza VMAX. Let me know for comment question day, what is your favourite card from the set? As I mentioned, mine personally is the Alt Art Espeon V, and I'd love to know yours in the comments below. And I'm telling you, I really do hope that your favourite card was not on this list, especially at the top couple spots, because they're quite expensive, let me tell you, and definitely hard to pull. But I would love to know what your favourite card is and how you plan on getting it. But that is all for me in today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe and answer a comment question today whilst you're down there. I'm Alien ESP. You guys have been the best. I mean the best here on YouTube. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.